Since I was a kid, I've been the G. If I was you, I could have went. I'm so tired over her body. Oh, she just won't and I don't mind it. Ever since I was a G, I've been a G. Wish I let it go. She wanna be.
Good evening everyone and welcome to the Broadcasting Lounge, bringing you live coverage of the final round of the Supercars NZ Trak Racer GTE Endurance Series here on iRacing. After weeks of hard-fought racing across some of the world's most iconic circuits, it all comes down to this: the legendary Mount Panorama circuit in Bathurst, Australia. This mountain has seen triumph, heartbreak and drama at every turn, and tonight will be no different. The GTE field has battled door to door all season long, and with the championship on the line, expect nothing less than high stakes racing from start to finish. Drivers will need to manage the tight, twisting climb to the top of the hill, the relentless pressure across Skyline and the Dipper, and finally the long Conrod Straight where slipstreams and bravery under brakes could decide the outcome. It's endurance, it's strategy, and it's a test of nerves on one of the toughest tracks in the world. Will we see a dominant champion crowned or a last round upset to rewrite the script? Stick with us to find out. You're watching the Supercars NZ Trak Racer GTE Endurance Series Round 4 at Bathurst live on the Broadcasting Lounge. I'm Shane White, and joining me in the commentary box for tonight's grand finale is Corey Kitchen. Corey, this is Bathurst. This is the championship decider. You couldn't ask for a bigger stage to wrap up the season.
Yeah, Shano, how good, how good. It's what a fitting place to end it, 6.21 kilometres, 23 turns, and we've seen it year in and year out. Those walls, they're not your friend. We've had a rough round this year so far. We've had a couple of pretty good ones. We'll call Road America challenging. But the points, Shano, Stefan McCartan on 209 points currently, 59 points behind him at Rod Carwood. But it's pretty close from second through to, let's say, the top 10's all fairly close, within 20 points at the moment. So, especially the top sort of Rob down Daniel Turner, Sean McNamara, and Matthew P. Johnson, if he is here tonight, is in the mix as well. Mitchell Sparrow, Anthony Green, Hogan Shrimpton, Blake Greenhall, Aaron Goodrick, and that is rounding out the top 10 in points. So it's looking pretty exciting. A little bit of fog hanging around here at the moment. Shano, what have we got for conditions?
Well, I'd love to be able to tell you, but we're just having some technical difficulties with our overlay at the moment. Trying to see if we can get that sorted for you, but unfortunately we can't bring any data up on screen. We do have our live timing looking like it's running nicely to be able to keep you up to date with the times if we can't get the overlay going, but hopefully we can find something. But here we go, there we go. So that is what we've got in store. So 19 degrees ambient temperature, a bit of fog out there, cloudy conditions, 95% humidity. So tricky conditions. You can see the fog impeding the view down from the drone, and it will be impeding visibility, particularly up the top of the mountain.
And we're just coming to the end of the qualifying session. There is a 5-minute warm-up before an hour and 30-minute race tonight. Strategy that has been the big calls throughout this whole endurance series so far. The 3 previous races, the strategy, you know, like it's been such a difference, varying difference in what people are doing. Tonight, it's this is the sort of track that's going to test you whether you're good at that or whether you're not. Everything's a little different around here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Walls super close across the top of the mountain here, and they're going to have to deal with getting the car around here for 90 minutes tonight. Getting that right lap after lap is going to be a real challenge, and one that I'm sure the guys are excited but also a little bit nervous about, and it's going to be who can manage that the best that's going to come out on top. Looks like all the qualifying positions are going to be locked in. Gristolewski still out on track, but we saw him going slow out of Griffiths Bend, and he's actually found the wall there at Forest Elbow as well, so I don't think he's actually going to put down a time on this one, so he will more than likely start from pit lane. But Brett O'Keefe is going to be starting off the pole. You'll be happy about that, Corey?
Yeah, it's always good to see a good friend, and he's done a 2-minute .105, so fairly good. Matthew Gerard not too far behind either, just it's a 2-minute flat 166. A 2-minute flat from Eric Goodrick as well. Rob Carwood, Sean McNamara, all doing 2s so far. So that's top 5, all pretty pacey. Everybody knows this track though.
Gristolewski getting pit entry very wrong there, doing a big more than 360 degree spin there. Stephen McCartan not putting down a time, so I think we're going to see him starting from pit lane, championship leader, and coming through from the back tonight.
Yeah, that's a big call. So he's got a 59-point lead at the moment to Rob Carwood, who is where was he? He'll be starting off 4, good spot 4. So he's got quite a bit of distance between him and Stephen McCartan at the moment. So he's got 59 points to make up. So that's something to look at.
Yeah, it's a fair margin, but it's far from a guarantee that Stefan's going to walk away with the championship tonight, so he needs to make sure he delivers a solid result starting from pit lane and actually maximises his points finish to make sure that he does get enough to wrap up the championship tonight.
Yeah, so I was just having a look. How good's the new iRacing overlay? I have to say, well, you can't see it on screen at the moment, but it's had a massive update, and from my point of view, it is very, very easy to use. Stephen McCartan, quickest in practice with a 159.838. So we know he's got the pace, so it'll be something to look at tonight for sure. But Brett O'Keefe getting a head start, and he'll be hoping to have a good run. We did see him on his lead at Road America, and I'm hopefully going to have some sort of replay out for that, because it's not that it was my mate crashing, it's the fact that we had a lead skid I'm proud of.
It was certainly a very messy restart on that occasion at Road America as BJ ended up on his lid. While we are in the warm-up, a moment to talk about Trak Racer. They are series sponsor for this series, and they manufacture and supply aluminium profile rigs as well as tubular rigs, and you can check out their full range at mrpsimracing.co.nz. So head over there, MRP, the official stockists of Trak Racer for New Zealand, and they will be able to sort you out if you are in the market for any Trak Racer products.
I can't hear you, boy.
of course, Jigsaw Projects as well, courtesy of Steve Darren, and they do interior fit outs and picking up from where SDI left off. We can hear race control talking in the background down the graph and race control.
Yeah.
Potentially a few guys out there with mics not working at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything through the mics at all either, but that's probably my settings.
What? No way! Give them a penalty, then I'm sure they might work. Yeah, done.
You'll see the radio graphic that we've got up on
We're not allowed
screen
to talk over the mic.
looks a little bit different compared to what we've had up in recent rounds. This one was actually brought to us by iRacing, and because with the new UI I couldn't actually hide that, I've just decided to roll with it and use that as our new radio graphic.
Hey, well, if it works, it works.
Absolutely.
So it's just kind of shaping up to be a good way to send it off for the season, but you've got plenty of time to get yourself signed up for the new season. That's starting a week, like a week, the GTE will start a week from tonight, but not next week, but the next week, you know what I'm saying? So we've got a Thursday in the middle where you never know, there's going to be some fun action going on next week for Mad Week. I'm sure Wayne and Sean have got some good stuff to bring to everybody. But you can still get in and sign up for next season. I think that's where I was going with that. And if you're a member of the season, you'll get entry into the Simblax Endurance Cup, which is coming up, Shano.
Yeah, that's right, not too far away before we go endurance racing on a few Sundays. So we're going to have the Bend 500 coming up next month along with the Bathurst 1000. So we'll be here in V8 machinery for 1000 Ks on a Sunday towards the end of October, and then early November we'll be having the Sandown 500 as well. So embracing the new, but also continuing the history that is the Sandown 500. We've got that as well as the Bend 500, because why the hell not?
Yeah, we've got to go thrice. So the previous endurance cups have only had 2 races, but we're going to go 3 times. Here's the grid, Shane.
Yeah, so we've got Brett O'Keefe lining up on pole position, Matt Gerard alongside him on the front row. Then we go back to Aaron Goodrick, Rob Carwood, Sean McNamara, Dylan Radford, Dan Turner, Hamish Barnhill. And I've just jumped way too far there. What have I done there? That's what I've done there. There we go. So Steve Darren off 9th, Scott McKenzie 10th, Heath Mann, Michael Ward, Wade Hartnell, James McKenzie, Kristen Jenkins, Leith Swinney, Noah Kitcher, Blake Greenhall, Bill Kilgour, Pete Rotmitz, Anthony Green, Thomas McCall, Jordan Parlato, Shane McLeod, and then Stephen McCartan from Pit Lane, and Chris Zalewski and Alan Scott from Pit Lane as well, I believe. Should be about to roll off behind the safety car, and when we do, it's going to be Brett O'Keefe that will lead them away. Safety car will obviously lead them as far as pit exit, then peel off, and BJ will have control as they come around through the final corner and down towards the start finish line to get us underway.
Yeah, lights are on. What is the time in Sim? It's only 11 AM in Sim here. So lights are on at the moment. It's fairly foggy. We're hoping that's going to clear. But let's go racing for the last time for season, with spring, winter season. I'm getting everything mixed up, but yeah. Whoop.
We're nearly into spring. But yes, this is the final of the winter series. Last time that we bring you racing in the winter series on the broadcasting lounge. Still some racing to come on the weekend with Piston Cup, but right now it is GTEs. It is the grand finale at Bathurst. We are underway. BJ leads them away, and he is going to slot into the front ahead of Matthew Gerard. Sean McNamara challenging down the inside, gets ahead of Rob Carwood, moving up one spot early to move into 4th position at turn 1. Blake Greenhill making moves in the background, getting ahead of Kristen Jenkins, just behind Noah Kitchen there. Kristen dropping another spot behind Bill Kilgour as they run up Mountain Straight. It's going to be Brett O'Keefe leading the way into Griffiths Bend. Matthew Gerard just behind. Aaron Goodrick there in 3rd, and Sean McNamara leading the chasing pack there. Oh, Pete Roberts just about getting down the inside of Christian Jenkins, and he does have another stab down at the tighter part of the cutting there. They're going to be side by side on the run up the hill. They'll have to sort themselves out soon. They both managed to keep it off the wall. Pete Roberts getting up into P19, and not a good start from Christian Jenkins, down 5 spots from where he started already.
Yeah, a lot of chat over the week, Shano. The BMW around here is fast. It is quick. So it's interesting. 3 Corvettes up the front. There's going to be a pack of BMWs chasing them down. Maybe a Porsche and a Ford mixed in there.
Looked like a bit of a lock-up for Mike Ward, just in front of Scott McKenzie there, and he might have just made the wall, or he might have managed to keep it off it, but he was certainly very close to the wall there, out wide after locking up. Steve Darren drafting all over the back of Hamish Barnhill on the run down Conrod through the kink, thinks about sliding it down the inside at the chase. Oh, and then Hamish runs wide, dropped a wheel in the grass and fired off exit stage left and gets a bit going. I think he might have made the wall there, but it looks like he might have escaped without too much damage.
Yeah, he's looking pretty lucky. We're not going to lie to you. He did mention this is going to be one of those races for him.
Yeah, certainly a challenging race. Plenty of talk that we may be expecting plenty of safety cars tonight. The Undergraph may be quite busy driving that safety car, but Matthew Gerard quite busy at the moment and keeping BJ busy as well in the mirrors, putting the pressure on lap 2, but BJ's got control at the moment.
Yeah, he does. He's got the Corvette party going on at the front. Just holding off Aaron Goodrick, as you were saying. Matthew Gerard. Aaron Goodrick, he's holding off Sean McNamara in the mirror.
Yeah, a couple of sort of teammates with the almost identical liveries with just different sponsors on them that BJ put together for the Corvette, both running on the podium at the moment.
Yeah, AA Ron takes part in some KRF endurance racing with us, so it's a little bit of there's a few guys involved in that endurance side of things racing here. Hammy B's another one, and Anthony Green, Peter Rothmitz. So they're all enjoying the GTE racing, that's for sure. Something that our team sort of grew up on, being, before the GT3s come along, that they were the only GT cars on the service.
Jordan Parlato has had a crash out there, so coming down the main straight into turn 1, oh, just getting loose and going around, managing to avoid contact with anybody else, and then gets it back going. I've seen Anthony Green's name dropping backwards, and he is out there in the grass at the chase, so he's had a moment there, and we can pick up what went wrong for Ants there.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kazakhstan. It must be close to Levin. Well done. He told me to look out for something. Well, there you go. Good on you, mate. He'd be sitting there sitting on his sheepskin.
Interestingly, that shows up in the iRacing data as well now.
Lee Swinney, he's holding off Noah Kitcher. He's got a couple of Porsches behind him. Blake Greenhall not too far behind Noah Kitcher. But three-way battle here for P14-15. Pretty flat over the top of the hill on one of these, Shano. It's pretty ballsy at times.
Yeah, it's quite a surreal feeling to hold it flat. Takes a lot of balls to be able to hold it flat, and then very unreal when you realise that it's actually going to stick and make it work, but really messes with the mind coming through there and trying to convince yourself that yes, you can keep it flat through here.
It's going good until it isn't.
That's probably a pretty good explanation.
Yeah. There's Korn do a song about it coming undone. So these guys all backing up. Blake Greenhall now onto the back of Noah Kitcher. A little bit further back in the mirrors, in the background there. One of the four GTs of Christian Jenkins and Team West. No real huge movers yet, Shano. Stefan McCartan, he has made his way up 5 spots so far into P20.
Yeah, we did see Christian Jenkins down 5 spots early on. He's managed to make 3 of those back up to get back into 17th position, so recovery from a bad start. Blake's just lost a little bit of ground on Noah out of turn 1 there, so he got a bit of a slow run through Hell Corner.
Yeah, that turn 1, Hell Corner, if you don't get a good run out of there, it's a long ride up that hill.
It sure is.
It's definitely a lot steeper than it seems on the screens.
Yeah, the TV cameras never quite do it justice. Oh, Noah's gone off at McPhillamy. Sound like... Oh, and that's someone in the little James McKenzie. Just recovering there. He's been into the little trying to limp it back, but he's got big damage to that front right. He's going to stop on a careful go. Not sure if he's going to...
Oh.
He is requesting a tow, so I think we're about to see our first safety car of the evening.
Copy, James.
Yeah, heavy
Just hold
damage on one of the Jigsaw BMWs.
916 quick control, bro.
it. Copy, Dylan. Just hold.
Or maybe it's not a Jigsaw BMW.
We've got Dan Turner coming to pit lane.
So we've got 3 cars on a meatball. We've got Jordan Pilato, James McKenzie, and Michael Ward. He's also got a meatball flag out. And Dylan Radford, another one with a meatball flag.
Safety car, safety car, safety car, safety car.
We do have a safety car called. Sean McNamara doing double duties there, being on track and calling the safety car for race control there.
I didn't hear that call down. Yeah, Dion,
Yeah, he had Mike from
not joking.
sitting there.
Yeah, I've just had to fix my mic.
Unfortunately,
I think we do too.
Dion's call of safety car not being picked up by all the drivers there, so hopefully that hasn't
James and Dylan, you can tow now.
cost anybody the opportunity to come into the pits. They would have heard the request to tow, so probably would have been anticipating the safety car. It was probably a little bit early to be making a scheduled pit stop at this stage.
Race control car 51, can you just check my pit exit to see if I'm meant to be in front of car 30 or not, please?
Copy, we'll check.
Stephen McCarding asking for a review on the merge out of pit lane there. Safety car was for James McKenzie having to stop on track there. We saw the end of that moment, but we didn't quite catch the start of it, so hopefully we can pick up what went on there for James.
Back of the train is at Skyline.
I have a feeling this one's only going to show the end of it. Yeah, sure is. Probably what we're going to need to do is come back to here and then find James. This should tell us the story here. Oh, launches off the curb at McPhillamy and then nothing he could do.
Yeah, I think Noah's going off, maybe a reaction to that as well. He's managed to hold on to it, so well done, young fella there. Yeah, Scotty in the chat reckons it's smart. Anybody who's gone in and topped up with fuel, early safety car, probably one of many.
So not sure Noah was aware of James going off when he went off, but certainly. Oh, and then. Wow, I wasn't aware of that little incident. Blake Greenhill was involved in that. Didn't quite catch who else that was.
So I think it was one more lap under the safety car, and then they will be going green. And there's a bonnet.
Oh. Unfortunately, I don't have data on Blake Greenhill's
I'll
crash.
increase my speed to about 100 to 110, so we can just get...
I wonder if you go back to Noah, but then change over to Blake. Hopefully give us a little bit of a lead up. A few more cars coming down the pit lane, so that it's at least 5-6 cars down the lane at the moment, just topping themselves up with fuel. Maybe they've been listening to Scotty
you're
Pickering.
good where you are on the, in the position.
So the MRP safety car round one more time. Who's at the wheel? It's down to Graf driving that tonight. Here is maybe what happened to Blake Greenhill.
I don't know if you boys got that, but I'm just upping my speed to between 100 to 110.
So on his way down to... Oh, no, so,
Yeah,
sorry, correction. It wasn't Blake.
Oh, Dylan Radford, same paint job on
very
the Ford
similar
GTE.
colours, yeah.
Attention all drivers, he's up to speed.
Only just briefly flashed past, which is why
We are going green
I
this
saw
lap.
those colours and thought it was Blake. So I do have data on Dylan Radford crashing, so hopefully this is going to tell us the story. Comes over Skyline, already loose, makes the wall there, and then somebody else is going to arrive on the scene. It's the number 27, which is...
Michael Ward.
Michael Ward, yes. He ends up backwards there as well.
Yeah, somewhere around here as well, Peter Rothmitz. That was, there it is. So there's the damage from Peter Rothmitz. But there was more damage to his front, so something else is going to happen after this. As we see traffic jam.
We'll be going green this lap. Safety car will be pulling away halfway down Conrad Straight.
So on with Michael Ward, you can see Dylan up ahead and just trying to check out for the incident. He lost the rears and then got hit from behind. And then I've been too slow to find Pete Rotman's name on the list, I think. There he is. Just as he comes into the scene there, he goes around. But the safety car is pulling away. We're getting ready to go green, so we need to get back to the live action.
Yeah, still 27 cars out there, so great turnout for the final round. Don't forget to sign up for the Spring Series. You'll find that in the Discord and on the Supercars NZ socials.
Yeah,
you can even find Supercars NZ on Instagram now, Shano.
And TikTok, I believe, as well.
All right, up with the talking of the tickers. I am not.
So Aaron Goodrick managed to move ahead of Matthew Gerard as well into P2. But BJ has control. Restart zone is from the final corner to the start finish line.
Yeah, we'll be hoping for a clean restart.
And BJ gets underway now. Matthew Gerard immediately moving around everybody to the lead. So that
Race
was
control, can you check that restart, please?
Copy.
race control asked to have a look at that. It was potentially a slightly tardy restart from BJ, but then he should have had control. No passing before the start finish line, but Matthew Gerard and Sean McNamara have gone past. Didn't get a good angle there as to whether that was before or after the start finish line, but we'll certainly look back at that when we get a moment.
Yeah, interesting one. Race control, something to look at. They've been reasonably busy, I bet, over the last sort of 10 minutes.
Stephen McCartan has managed to get past Christian Jenkins on the exit of Griffin's Bend there, and immediately actually gone around Jordan Parlato there on the exit of the cutting, so making good progress there. Blake Greenhill is the next car in his sights, but he's got just under a second to get to the back of Blake at the moment.
It's just a 21 degree track temperature at the moment, so that cloud cover and fog keeping the track down. So conditions are pretty ripe. They've just got a fuel load on at the moment, so that'll be keeping the lap times in the odd 201s at the moment.
Yeah, though there was some talk in practice that these cars may actually prefer a slightly warmer track temp. Certainly a lot of
It would
guys
make
were,
sense.
yeah, a lot of guys were feeling that they weren't necessarily getting the grip that they'd get out of a slightly warmer track.
Yeah, if you get onto Instagram, I think it's Supercars NZ underscore. It must be Supercars underscore NZ. I think. I will check.
That's good, because I could certainly not provide the answer on that one.
So super underscore cars NZ on the old Instagram. Tell you what, I'll share a link to that on the Supercars NZ right now.
Right, so we've got a replay of the restart going on board with Matthew Gerard. Well, he's certainly crossed the start-finish line before he passes anybody, so... And it was made clear by race control at the end of that restart zone was the start-finish line under the bridge. So I think BJ and Aaron just caught napping a little bit there.
Attention all teams, the restart that car 301 called is no further action. Race on.
And race control agree with me.
No surprises, Shana. Yeah, where am I going? Right. I'm just a little lost, but I'll find my way out of where I am.
That doesn't sound good.
Everything's good. Everything's good, Shannon. We've got live racing going on.
Oh, Michael Ward off track on the exit of the chase.
Right, found my way where I wanted to be. Link in the chat. Link in the chat. There you go. I got it to the chat. It's in Discord as well. Supercars NZ Instagram. Get on there and give it a follow. Better check out some highlight videos and stuff as they get posted.
Yeah, good stuff. Thanks for sharing that, Corey, and thanks, Alex, for creating the content that we've got going out on our expanded social media presence.
Yeah, spread the joy. Maybe get some new followers. Along with the 453 we have. But if you're watching right now, make sure you give the video a like. Maybe give us a sub.
Go right,
We'll
mate.
appreciate you for that.
Yeah, definitely make sure you subscribe to the Broadcasting Lounge if you haven't already. We very much appreciate all our subscribers, and we're pretty keen to get to that 500 and be able to unlock some extra stuff. Bill Kilgour is facing the wrong way down at the bottom of the dipper there, so he's had a moment. Haven't heard him request a tow yet, so he might just be waiting for the field to come past before he rejoins, and he does move away now, and well, he's doesn't look like he's having much luck trying to get it turned around. Doesn't want to drive too far the wrong direction, or he may face disqualification automatically there. Oh, he's managed to get it back going, so he's going to limp it back, but he has got some damage going on there, so it's going to be a long drive back to pit lane. Matthew Gerard has cleared out a little bit out front. Sean McNamara 3 seconds back, but probably focusing more on his mirrors than out front, because he's got Brett O'Keefe just 0.17 behind him, drafting all the way up Mountain Straight.
Is it Sean Mack looking in his mirrors? You don't want to get caught out doing that too much too. Like if you've got a lot of action going on behind you, especially around here where your concentration level's got to be on, otherwise you're going off.
Yeah, that's it. And Sean looking like he actually did a good job of keeping eyes forward through the cutting there, and was able to open that gap out a little bit.
Yeah, Sean no stranger to having good races around Bathurst and GT cars. I'll let him tell that story to you one day if you haven't heard it.
Replay of what happened to Bill Kilgour out there, coming down the mountain into the dipper, and just carrying a little bit too much speed at the apex. Rear went around on him, and nothing he could do to bring it back, unfortunately. Then he just has to watch everybody go by on his left before he can rejoin. Doing a good job to be nice and patient to make sure he doesn't jump out into the path of any oncoming traffic there.
Stopping at the cutting down the hill, boys.
Blake Greenhill calling out an issue there. May help him from live first. Oh, that's big damage for Scott McKenzie. Massively crabbing, but he's trying to drag it back. Jordan Parlato going past. Alan Scott had damage as well. James McKenzie with damage as
Race
well.
Control, have a look at that. That's a dipper. My lap 10.
Sounds
Please,
like
thank
Anthony
you.
Green involved there
Race
as
control,
well.
need a tow, please.
He has got damage, and Scott McKenzie has just
Copy, Scott,
requested
just
a
hold in
tow.
place.
And yeah, he's
Dangerous
facing perpendicular to the track at the elbow, and yeah, slightly on the racing line there. So race control will need to act fast and get the safety car out. Matt Gerard coming out of the cutting. He is going to be, well, he is our leader,
Safety car,
and he
safety car.
will line up behind down the graph and safety car, but he is going to have to go through the crash scene before he gets there.
308 that was, sorry.
So hopefully
copy.
he's
Got it.
aware that the elbow is where Scott McKenzie is stranded. We've had a few cars come to pit lane. I think a couple of those guys are the guys that were involved in the incident. Matthew doing a good job to go wide
hard right.
around Scott McKenzie there.
Yeah, Matthew Gerard letting people know to stay right. I think he's managed
Can we
to
call
move
where
it
the
off
car's spun,
onto the
please?
grass. Oh,
Come on, guys. We should have removed that car from there.
yeah, Heath Mann getting some air. That will be something to go look
Can
at
we
as
put-
we see Matthew Gerard coming into
You
pit
can
lane.
turn now, Scott.
Yeah, Matt does come to the pits. Race control giving Scott clearance to tow.
Wayne, you can pass Aaron, he's got a meatball.
.501 you can tow.
So it looks like we are seeing everybody, actually bar Rob Carwood and Noah Kitcher, they've stayed out, everybody else coming in to get some fuel in the cars. So we saw the strategy from Noah last week where he stayed out under safety car and chose to pit later. It didn't necessarily work out too well for him, so he's taking the gamble again tonight. We are more or less in the window for the first
Yeah, race
stop,
control, is
so
my mic working currently?
not surprised to see most drivers
Yeah, but it's
pitting,
now.
but just those couple staying out,
Can you
taking a
please have a
gamble,
look
doing
at
something different.
lap 10, turn 2, please? And see if I did that myself or whether I had some help.
So we've got a replay as we try to understand why we're under safety car. So this was Dylan Radford in the Ford GT. Oh, so he's already come across.
Copy right off, we'll have a look.
He's come across Scott McKenzie already facing the wrong way. So actually, I think this may be the start of it. Oh, Scott hard into the barriers, and
Did a
then
Chaz Mostert.
he did. Oh, and then just the pile up in behind. I think the chopper is going to tell us a bit more of the story on this one.
Into the
So
safety car line and halfway up the hill.
slams the tyres and then just pinballing down the hill. I think the question there that's going to be asked is whether he needs to do better in regards to holding the brake and creeping forward there as well. So potentially questions on his attempts to rejoin, or yeah, I don't know, it's a tricky spot, but certainly a lot of drivers caught up in that, and race control will be looking at whether there was anything Scott could have done better there to maybe avoid so many people getting caught up in that as he goes behind the tree where he ended up towing. And well, unfortunately he was quite well out of the way until he tried to get it turned around again, and then ended up perpendicular to the track where he requested that tow. But
Yeah, one final whack that gave the engine its give-ups. So we're back alive here behind the MRP safety car.
Everyone stay to the left. We're going to have a couple of cars coming down the right-hand side.
so we've got some wave buys
Car
going
70,
on.
you may pass.
Bill Kilgour is getting the wave around, so he's going
And
to
car
pass the
583, you may
field
pass.
on the right, and car
503, sorry.
503 is Scott McKenzie, so he's going to get back on the lead lap as well after bringing out the safety car there.
Yeah, very, very lucky. He's just catching up to the field, isn't he, I think? Yeah, I don't know if Scott's going to get round. Are they going to do another lap behind the safety car, maybe? He's got a
He's
wee way to
just-
go before. There we go, he's just catching them now, so everybody keep an eye out for the misfit. Been on holiday, Scott? Seen on his social media. Looks like he had a great trip around all over the place on a boat.
He loves his cruises, does Scott, and he's just been on a very big one. Went here, there,
Yeah.
and everywhere, and now he's back in little old New Zealand, but at least he's back on his sim.
I wonder, does he wear his Scottish attire in the sim? I'd like to know that. If you can let me know, Scott, because you wore it proud in a lot of those photos I've seen, mate. So good to see.
I'm not sure we want to know the answer to that, do we?
Oh, I've heard worse stories. I can't go into that, but you know,
He
there's
will
certain
be going
somebody in the
green
field I
this
know is
lap.
probably sitting there nude just with his sheepskin. If you're smart, you'll put that all together. It helps with the cooling.
Sure does.
So Matthew Gerard, he holds the fastest lap of the race. So he's done a 2-minute 3:73 so far. The only guy to go into the twos so far, and that would have been when he was pulling away from the field. He's got a couple of cars in front of him that need to come into the lane at some point. I didn't do any maths, but I reckon it'd be around that 20 laps would have been the maximum around here, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think you'd be going much further than 20 laps. Wayne Hartnell putting under that first safety car on lap 4 as well, and then choosing to stay out on this one, and then Rob Carwood and Noah Kitcher both choosing to stay out, haven't yet been to pit lane even once. So those three guys, I believe, still need to make 2 pit stops. I think everybody from Matthew Gerard down should be good to make just 1 more pit stop to the end of the race.
Yeah, 58 minutes and 20 seconds and counting to go. I have to say the new UI gives you a countdown of how much is left in the session in white lettering and big green, so it's really easy to see. So I don't know if I've shouted iRacing out tonight, but I'm pretty happy with what you've done. Thank you for the service you provide us.
Yeah, absolutely, and worth noting that iRacing are constantly working behind the scenes on projects to make the sim better. We had Rain was their big project behind the scenes for a number of years that came out last year. We've got this new UI now.
We'll have control of the field once
They also
the car pulls away.
finished up
Please
a
maintain 80 to
dirt
90
oval
km/h.
refresh around the same time as Rain came out, and they've just
Safety
finished
car will
up
be pulling
a
away
asphalt
at
oval refresh
middle
that I
of
think has just
Conrad
come out
Straight.
this season as well. So potentially maybe road racing refresh will be the next one on the list.
Just a reminder on the restart,
Yeah,
guys,
maybe a better
the
flag
leader may go
system for road racing, I reckon, is
after
something they need to
the
work on.
apex of the last corner and the control start-finish line under the
We
bridge.
need yellow waving flags, especially if there's an incident like we've already seen tonight, a car on the side of the road causing a little bit of trouble and a bit of frustration from
Safety
some
car
of the other
pulling away
drivers.
now, car 15, you
So
have
it's
control.
something that I think iRacing could work on, but I'm sure they've got plenty in the back burner.
They sure do, and of course new cars and tracks come out every season as well. We've got an Aston GT3 now, so I'm sure we're going to see that being run by a few drivers next season. I know Steve is very keen to run that. He's already bought it.
He has already tasked me with making it look jigsawish.
We've
So
got
that is in the work.
there has to be a bit of green in that livery as well, right? Which that's going to be a challenge to work in somewhere.
No green.
Oh, got to have green on an Aston. Come on.
No. I've been given more the V8. He wants it sort of same as the V8s ish. Bit of chrome, bit of black.
Fair enough. We have also got the Mexico City Grand Prix circuit just been released, which of course has just seen NASCAR race there. First ever NASCAR race outside of the USA this year. Shane Mangosbergen winning that in dominant fashion despite being very ill. But Rob Carwood in control of this race at the moment and takes the restart. Very much awake on the restart this time around. Much more than Matt and BJ were, BJ and Aaron were earlier. Just noticed Aaron's name has dropped back considerably in the order there as well, and he's actually had a long pit stop, 40 seconds, so potentially speeding on the way into the lane there.
Yeah, he had heavy damage coming down after down Conrod there. So he's had to come in and get a fast repair as well, as you just say,
Oh, right.
probably got a black flag there somewhere as well. So a little bit unlucky for the Ginge.
Oh, Rob Carwood, I think he made contact with the barrier there, coming up over the top, and he does look to have a little bit of damage on the left-hand side of that BMW. Noah Kitcher getting right up under that rear wing there as they come under the Coates Hire sign at Skyline and then run it down through the S's and into the dipper.
Yeah, a bit of sunshine at the top of the hill, isn't there?
Yeah, that fog starting to lift out there now.
Yeah, the dynamic sky settings have gotten pretty good.
Stephen McCartan up to P8. A couple of safety cars have helped him with his progress, just keeping the field bunched up there.
Yeah, he's in a good position, isn't he? Up 17 spots too, so he's just chipping away as we see him do.
Yeah, he's also been through the lane a few times, so he's showing as 4 pit stops. I believe the first of those is Noah Kitcher has gone around at the chase. I believe the first of those pit stops showing for Stefan would have been from starting from the pits, but looks like he's been down the lane a further 3 times as well to take fuel, so potentially topping off under that first safety car and then pitting with the rest of the field under the second safety car. Noah Kitcher after that spin is going to take his
Incident
stop now.
involving car 308 on lap 10 is no further action. Race on.
The incident involving car 308, no action, that's Anthony Green.
Attentional teams. Incident between car with car 100 lap 10. No further action. Race on.
So Kristen Jenkins incident, also no further action. Tom McCall has looped it at Griffiths Bend, and then that was, that's a big one
Oh, wow.
for Aaron Goodrick. The track is jammed, the track is jammed.
The toe.
Oh, Aaron requesting the
Yeah,
toe.
somebody needs to call the safety car.
Just tow now, tow now.
Yep, they've been given clearance to immediately tow, get that sorted.
Safety car, safety car,
We
safety
do
car.
have the safety car out as well, so safety cars breed safety cars, and
That crash that has been after turn 2 has been noted.
and that incident has been noted by race control as well, so we will pick up exactly what went on there. There were certainly 2 separate incidents going on there.
Yeah, we've got a few cars with meatballs out of that one. Chris Zaluski, Lee Swinney, Aaron Goodrick and Anthony Green all going down. We do have a 25 incident limit, and there is a few drivers getting pretty close to that. So that's a drive-through if they do get to that. And this is one of those tracks where a slight touch on the wall is going to do that to you. As we see race leader come in to get his fuel.
Yeah, I think Rob will be frustrated that that didn't run green for a little bit longer there to introduce a bit more field spread, although that incident happening fairly high up the field might have just generated a little bit of that field spread and then not drop back too far.
On the main straight.
But no, it looks like he is going to drop quite far back in the order there. Already back to P12, down 8 spots from where he started, and he's just made it into his box now, so it's a costly one for Rob, choosing to stay out under the previous safety car and then having to come in now. He wasn't too far away from needing fuel, so didn't really have much of a choice. If he'd stayed out to pit under green while the field was still bunched up, then he would have dropped even further, unfortunately.
Yeah, about 5 minutes away from halfway. And we've still got a few drivers on 0 incidents, so shout them out. Sean McNamara, Brett O'Keefe, Daniel Turner, Stefan McCartan, and Matthew Gerard. So shout out to them. Even the safety car has got himself some incident points.
So Tom McCall was the first incident we saw out of Griffiths Bend, so he's racing with Blake Greenhill, just climbing up on the curb trying to give room and just lost it by himself. Almost made contact with the car coming through, and then looks like what went on in behind was potentially a result of him bouncing back a little bit. Evasive action, and
The end of the safety car chain is at the grate.
so yeah, it was, I called it as two separate incidents, but it was actually all linked to that first incident, just the knock-on effect, and then yeah, that tracker's jam situation, and guys given clearance to tow, getting out of there and able to get that track cleared, but that was not ideal out there.
No, back behind the MOP safety car once again. Stefan McCartan up 20 into P5 now. So there is a massive, most of the cars actually in the top 10 all came in lap 11. Got Wayne Hartnell came in lap 4. He is currently sitting in 4th, up 9 spots too, Wayne.
You're certainly, Stefan, doing a good job off the back of the grid.
Yeah, well, he's got himself in front of Rob Carwood. So he was 59 points behind Stefan Rob, and now he is behind Stefan. So it is looking like yet another championship win for this man from One Performance Racing.
Yeah, he's absolutely dominant in GT3 machinery, isn't he? He already wrapped up the GT3, sorry, very dominant in GT machinery. He already wrapped up the GT3 championship a few weeks back, and now in this short GTE endurance championship, he's been the man to beat and absolutely gone on and put on a classy performance to be in the box seat now to claim that title. But he's still got to finish it off. We are not quite halfway through this race, and still over 45 minutes remaining, where he's got to get to the finish line and make sure that he does the job. Continuing around behind the safety car, I presume we'll be going green this lap. Everything's been cleared up.
Are we allowed a wave round or just asking?
Question being asked about the wave around. I think Anthony on the lead lap as it is anyway.
According to the standings, you're on the lead lap.
Sorry, yes I am. You're correct.
So that's all been cleared up.
Forgive Ants, he's only got one eye.
Alright, attentional teams will be going green on this lap. Car 169 will have control of the field once the safety car pulls away. Please maintain 80 to 90 km an hour.
It's a confirmation from race control that we are going green this lap.
Yeah, how good, Peter. Peter doing the race control and doing a great job of broadcasting it, making it sound professional as.
Safety car will increase the speed to 100 to go a bit faster around this lap.
So we're going to pick up the pace to get back to the green flag a little bit quicker. With a timed race, obviously, that just helps make sure we get as many racing laps in as we can, minimises the time lost under safety car conditions.
Yeah, what's our safety car number 3? And we're at lap 17. We're a minute away from halfway, so let's say it's going to go green and we're going to have half the race left. Are we going to have another safety car? That's going to help everybody out with their strategy if it's at the right time. We don't want one in 5 laps time, do we? We need it a little bit further away.
Yeah, we would certainly like to get a good green flag run in from here. I would like to see guys have to make some green flag pit stops as well, actually. So I'd like to get a good run of around 15 to 20 laps green flag and see if we can have guys forced to make some green flag pit stops and not basically all pit on the same lap, because that is going to mix up the strategies. We saw a couple of guys out there try the alternate strategy. Noah Kutcher obviously spinning on the restart there, that didn't help him, but also Rob Carwood stayed out on the previous safety car and dropped back down the field, so that hasn't worked out for either of those guys. But if we can get green flag pit stops, we might see things mixed up a little bit more.
Yeah, Wayne Hartnell sitting in 4th, came in lap 4, so that was the first safety car.
Safety car pulling away now. Car 169, you've got control of the field. Please maintain 80 to 90 km an hour.
So Dion is going to pull away and return to pit lane. Matthew Gerard has control of the field, and he can choose to accelerate anywhere from the final corner to the start and finish line. Brett O'Keefe, after being caught napping a little bit on that first restart, has recovered back up into second position, and he'll be keen to get racing.
Just a reminder,
and see
you
if we
go
can get
anywhere
around
from
Matthew
the last
Gerard.
corner, and between there and the start finish line, control line under the bridge.
So Peter just reconfirming that restart zone as well, and confirming that it is the start finish line under the bridge. We're in that restart zone now, and Matt nails the throttle pretty much straight away. He's going to lead them away down to turn 1. Looks like Wayne Hartnell, actually Stefan McCartan, sorry, pulling out to make a move on Wayne Hartnell into turn 1, and Stefan immediately getting that one done, moves up into P4. Sean McNamara looking to draft on the back of Brett O'Keefe. Sean a little bit closer to Brett than what Brett is to Matthew at the moment.
Yeah, just hanging in there. The lead there's a bunch of BMWs from 3rd through to 7th.
Yeah, if you focus on the mid part of that top 10, it's a little bit of BMW Cup there.
Yeah, it definitely is, and it's a change from when we were running a full season. It was Porsche Cup. Just shows the updates iRacing does, and the balance of power they use.
There's a look at the different logos, or the different manufacturers we've got out there down the timing tower, but Sean McNamara defending from Stefan McCartan now. Stefan up 21 spots into P4 and looking to move his way onto the podium now.
Yeah, he's already passed his 21th victim.
You had to find a way to work that in, didn't you?
Yeah, 20 Erst is next. I was trying to figure out a way to say 22, but just, first end.
Tooth.
Wow, that works. 22, I like it. The little bit of flashy. Sean McNamara's mirrors will be lighting up with Stefan McCartan.
And we know how much Sean loves getting headlights flashed at him as well.
Yeah, he'll be gripping that steering wheel a little tighter with every flash. If you like what you see and you want to get on the grid for the Spring Series, the sign-ups are in Discord and on the Supercars NZ Facebook
Intentional teams,
group.
incident involving cars 301 and 225 on lap 15. These are drive-through penalties for car 225 for avoidable contact.
Oh, so that's Lee Swinney being given a drive-through.
Yeah, Leith Swinney deemed to have made avoidable contact with Aaron Goodrick there, so Leith will have to take a tour of the lane. Sean did a good job so far to hold off Stephen McCartan. He's been taking the pressure for about a lap now and still got that BMW in front, but Stefan closing dramatically in the slipstream. They're going to go side by side through the chase. Stefan under brakes, gets ahead and gets the job done. Up into P3 now. Battle for the lead is on as well. BJ
Attention all teams.
closing in on the back of
Race
Matthew.
control has noted an incident as well on lap 15 in that whole big crash after turn 2, resulting in a drive-through penalty for car 672 for avoidable contact.
Pete Rotmitz deemed to be at fault for the big crash at turn 2 there, so he is going to have to take a tour of the lane as well.
Yeah, already a fair way down the order there for Pete, so having an unlucky one.
Oh, look how quickly Stefan has bridged that gap up to Brett O'Keefe. You look at where Sean is back there, and he's not a super long way behind, but it's a decent enough gap, and he had only just got around Sean at the chase on the previous lap, and he's already on the back of BJ here.
Yeah, Matthew Gerard in that shot looked fairly close to the wall. But that is how you get fast around here. Use every inch of the track that you can. It's on board here with Stefan McCartan behind Brett O'Keefe.
Yes, so much of this lap, the wool is the track limits, so you've just got to exploit every millimetre to be quick, and that means putting it right up against that wall without actually hitting it.
The straight line speed of that BMW, though, I've been told, is maximum.
Yeah, quite interesting that the boxiest car out of the lot seems to get the best straight line speed.
German technology, I think. I don't know what the Porsche's problem is. Things that can't be explained. The safety car's completed 6 laps tonight. The race just settling into a little bit of everyone getting back into a rhythm after a period of safety car-ish action. I think Stefan McCartan's probably just happy sitting there at the moment, isn't he? He's got nothing doing. Championships in the bag, you just don't want to do anything silly.
Yeah, and importantly, he's got the leaders in sight, so he knows that as long as he stays there, he's got plenty of time to try and improve on that position, and he doesn't have to be overly aggressive and risk having a big moment there.
Yeah, you don't want to throw it all away. Last race of the season. A DNF here for him would definitely hurt. Rob Carwood just moving up into P9, just got around Heath Marn.
BJ goes for the move on Matt Gerard and takes over the lead. Does he hold it into the chase? Matt's going to try and go around the outside, but he goes off the track, so he's going to have to serve a slowdown. Jumps off the racing line and serves that. Stefan moves up into P2, and he's going to look to capitalise and go around BJ and move up into the lead. So for all that, BJ ends up where he was, but now he's behind Stefan and ahead of Matthew, where before he was behind Matthew and ahead of Stefan.
I've got Heath Marn on a meatball, so not sure what's happened to him there somewhere.
He is limping it back into pit lane, so he has had a moment out there.
Oh, that's a bit of tow.
It was a little bit of tow, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'd say that'd make it fairly difficult to steer. But Stephen McCartan in control of the race now. So out of the cars in the top 10 currently, Rob Carwood, he came in lap 15. Wayne Hartnell came in lap 4. Everybody else in the top 10 came in second safety car P11, lap 11.
Track's blocked with cutting.
Oh, well, there's a big accident.
Need a tow, race control.
So that was Heath into the
Copy
tyres.
100.
Race control car
At the
97.
cutting. Oh! Track is jammed once again.
Yeah, memories of last season in the V8s, an accident there.
And big damage for Christian Jenkins, big damage for Noah Kitcher as well.
Yeah, you can tow 100.
Christian given permission
You
to
can tow
tow.
97.
Safety car, safety car, safety car.
And we do have a safety car, so Stephen McCartan just coming up to pit entry now and does choose to come to the lane. Brett O'Keefe follows him in, and we're just shy of that hour to go mark, so I think they are good to get to the end from here. So this is going to be, well, just short of my wish of forcing everybody to pit under green flag, unfortunately, but they are all diving into pit lane now, getting that fuel that they need to get home. And
Wayne Hartnell, great position for him. Last came in lap 4, and getting in now, we'll have enough to get home. So as long as the pit stop doesn't get too crazy for him when he gets out, he's going to have to take a little bit more fuel than everybody else, isn't he, too?
yeah, well,
Safety car halfway up the straight.
that's a very good effort. So we were predicting around 20 laps that you were able to do, and he's done basically 19 laps. So worked out very well for him. He'd
We're
taken a
gonna
gamble, and
bring
looks
the
like he's going to be
safety
able
car
to do
speed
it
up to
on
100, between 100 and
2
110,
stops.
just so we're not constantly under safety car, and to get it done faster.
So safety car speed going to increase to get the safety car period done faster again. Looking like we will be ticking under that half an hour to go marker just before we restart, so that will, everybody should be good to go to the end on fuel, and we'll have a half hour sprint to the finish. But still, as we've seen, I don't think we haven't been half an hour without a safety car yet tonight, so still plenty of opportunities for the safety car to be deployed between now and the end of this race.
Yeah, there'll be less than half an hour to go. So that is enough time for at least a couple of safety cars. Well, will we have any more safety cars? We don't know. Tell you what, we haven't had Shano. We haven't had a lid skid tonight. Little bit disappointed. Still half an hour for somebody to step up to the plate.
This is hopefully going to be a replay of the incident that resulted in the safety car. Oh, that was absolutely brutal.
Yeah, a few of those guys doing well to stop it there.
So it looked like Noah Kitcher had thrown it up the inside at the cutting on another car, wasn't able to pull that pass off, went around, and then Christian Jenkins just had absolutely nowhere to go.
Yeah, small gap there as we see everybody not wanting to lose any position, so just pushing their way through.
Oh. And Aaron Goodrick involved as well. He can't catch a break tonight, can he?
No, unlucky, down in 16th at the moment. So Noah Kitcher just getting out of the lane now, so he isn't going to go a lap down. He's going to have to motor it around to try and get up to the back of the field.
So Stephen McCartan is our race leader. Sean McNamara has been able to jump up into P2 there.
He must have his crew chief working good in his ears now with his new headset.
Yeah, and crucially, his pit stop time there, 4.63 seconds, where most others were around that 8 to 10 seconds. So potentially having been able to get a bit more fuel in the car at a previous stop, and that shortened up his stop this time around, and able to get that splash done very quickly.
Yeah, you gotta love it when you get it right. Then
We'll
it
be
just
going
shows how
green
much
this
you
lap,
can.
guys.
Just shows how much you can make up at a pit stop too. That's seconds, you know, a couple of seconds means a couple of positions.
Yeah, that's right. And in motorsport, we genuinely talk about, especially on a single lap, a couple of tenths being a big margin. So if you can pick up 4 to 6 seconds just on being stationary in the lane for less time, that's a massive benefit.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, an interesting observation. So, Brett O'Keefe came in lap 11. He's taken
Safety car will be pulling away
10.62.
halfway down Conrad Straight.
Wayne
Car
Hartnell
51
came
will
in.
have the lead.
Yeah, Wayne Hartnell came in lap 4, and he's taken the same amount. Well, actually, a little bit less than what BJ has taken. So he was on the jacks for 10.33 seconds stopped in the box. So there, that is that's definitely interesting. Wayne Hartnell taken a lot less fuel over the race.
Yeah, well, I do wonder if some people had maybe short-filled in that previous stop to try and maintain track position, and unfortunately it's just come back to hurt them a little bit on the final stop there.
Yeah, well, out of that top 10, Hamish Barnhill, Wayne Hartnell, and Brett O'Keefe all with plus 10 second stops.
Safety car pulling away now. Car 51, you have the lead. Please maintain 80 to 90 k's an hour.
So safety
Oh, Shane,
car.
can have next week off.
Yeah, I sure can.
No racing to report for next week.
Remember,
Yep,
you can go
Supercars and Z
anywhere
keeps going
from the
through Mad
last
Week,
corner,
but we'll
and the
take a week
start-finish
off
line
of the
under the
broadcast
bridge.
lounge. Although we have streamed some stuff during Mad Week in the past, so we might see Wayne putting some stuff up if he feels like it, but we'll just have to play that one by ear.
I'll tell you what, a really good demolition derby would probably go down well. Everybody can, you know, let all their
Yes.
frustration out, I think.
It's been a while since we've had a good demo derby too.
Yeah, I reckon we need a broadcast one next week. If that's what you're into, let us know.
So Stephen McCartan has control of the field. He can go anywhere from the final corner to the start-finish line. Started from the pits, and he's been able to fight his way through and get back to the front. Sean McNamara keen to get going. They all spread out. Stephen McCartan puts the throttle down at the last possible moment, and he's going to lead them into turn 1. Matthew Gerard able to get up the inside on Sean McNamara into turn 1 there.
I think Sean might have got a better run out of Hell Corner.
Yeah, he did. They're going to go side by side up Mountain Straight, but I think Sean has cleared him now, and BJ looking to follow him through. So, what was an advantage for a moment for Matthew? Oh, there's contact. Sean goes around. He's into the tyres. There was further contact there, and that's the flag system that we need that you were talking about there, Corey. The lack of that was what resulted in the contact there. I think Sean's going to be able to get it going, so I don't think we're going to need another safety car. didn't quite catch who it was that clipped him on the way through there. There was a bumper that came off, but I don't think that car had any sort of terminal damage. Certainly no meatballs showing for anybody at the moment.
Yeah, I think Sean's managed to get, yeah, he has. He's got back going, so he's right at the back of the field. So that is an unfortunate turn of events for Mr. McNamara.
Pun intended?
We've got a Team West car around.
Oh, and more aftermath chaos as well. Tom McCall just trying to figure out the best way to get it turned around here. Does
Yeah,
get it
Alan
facing the
Scott,
right way
another
here.
one involved there.
Yeah, Alan back going as well, so I think everybody has been able to drive away from the scene of the chaos, but a few meatballs out there. We've got Aaron Goodrick, Heath Mann, Chris Zalewski and Tom McCall all showing meatballs currently. Meanwhile, Stephen McCartan absolutely cruising out front. He's already pulled out a 2.8 second lead on Brett O'Keefe.
Yeah, pit lane busy again with the clean up aisle 3. "23 minutes remaining in this one. Last race of the season for winter. Warmer weather is coming, spring series. Look out for all the details for that coming out on the Supercars NZ socials. Get in, sign up for next season. If you sign up for next season, you'll be eligible for the Simlax Endurance Cup. Otherwise, you'll have to pay $15. And if you pay $15 for the season, I think that's a big win. You get racing Tuesday and Thursday nights for the championship. You've got practice races on Mondays and Wednesdays. Piston Cup maybe on a Friday.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Why pay $15 to do 3 races when you can pay $15 to do the whole season? So get your entries into the spring series.
Yeah, rough maths would be, let's just go 4 times 12. That's 48. It's 48 races you can do for just $15 plus another 4, so we'll make that, or 3, so we'll make that 51. How about that?
It's a pretty good number too around this place.
Wow, 51 races for $15 plus, yeah, all the rest. There's always somebody putting up sessions for a bit of fun.
Certainly Steve Darren and a couple of the Team West boys having a bit of fun on that lap. Steve Darren, Dan Taylor and Wayne Hartnell were all battling very tightly on the way up the mountain. They've maintained their positions so far, but they're going to continue to do battle.
Incident involving car 97, 100 on lap 22. No further action, race on.
So no further action between Noah Kitcher and Kristen Jenkins.
To Matthew Gerard that last time by fastest lap of the race, a 2-minute flat 2:61. The 2 guys in front of him both doing 2-minute laps that last time by, both personal bests for the race. So all 3 in the top 3 hammered down.
Yeah, so they've just been into the pits, taken on more fuel. Probably not changed tyres with the stop times we're seeing, but they would have just filled up the car to where they need to get home, and then any fuel saving should be out the window now, and they are just going absolutely 100% push all the way to the end there. Oh, Bill Kilgour, I saw his name dropping down the order and he's had another moment out there. I think that might be down at, oh no, it's down at the Dipper. Facing the wrong way, it's stationary at the moment. Haven't heard him request a tow, but he's certainly... Oh! As that was one of his teammates, Sean McNamara it was, joining him on the scene as Bill looks to clear out now, but oh! Sean getting absolutely hammered in the
Race
aftermath of
control,
that.
car 70, request a tow.
And Bill has requested a tow, and I think Sean's going to need one as well now.
Lead, copy car 70. Just hold.
Roger.
So I think we are going to see
Track block,
another safety car, and we have got track blocked again. Well, that's what Chris Zalewski called, but I think there is a gap to get through there if we can
Yeah, you can
get a
tow
good
Bill
angle on
and
it.
anybody else that needs to tow now.
So those guys give him
Roger.
clearance to tow. Safety car hasn't yet been called, but I imagine it will be coming momentarily. Stephen McCartan just making his way up the mountain now.
Yeah, Dion DeGraff is on track, I believe. I heard the call. Did you hear the call? I didn't hear the call.
I did not hear the call. Dion was having mic issues earlier. They could be just waiting for Stefan to come around to the back of him before they officially call it, or at least come around near pit entrance before they officially call it.
Safety car, safety car, safety car.
We do have that call now, so I think just delaying that call just so that anybody that comes up on him while he's waiting there that isn't the leader knows that they can just cruise on past him.
And that last time by for Stefan, before this one obviously, was the fastest lap of the race, almost at the 2-minute flat.
Yeah, that's very impressive pace, and on the lap when the safety car is called, he goes even closer, a 2-minute .04.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's 0.42.
Safety car is on the main straight. Sorry boys, my comms keep jumping in and out for some reason.
Big week for Dion DeGraff. The announcement of baby DeGraff coming soon. Congratulations, DeGraffs.
Yeah, very exciting news for them.
Babies aren't exciting, trust me.
Safety car.
Sorry kids, if you're listening.
So look at why we're on the safety car. So this
We're
is
going
Bill
to slow
Kurgauer.
down a little bit, just so we can go green this lap.
So Bill just looping it there and making contact. We'll be quick with these replays because they are trying to go green on this lap. Sean McNamara came in after his teammate and on the run down, just getting a little bit loose. Very lucky not to collect Bill on the way through there, but then... Oh! Well, Sean could be in trouble for his rejoin there. Because he has pulled into the path of another car there, unfortunately. It's a tricky
Yeah, he
spot.
needs to be reprimanded. So they're going to be hoping to go green this lap. 15 minutes and 30 seconds to go in this one.
Yeah, so not too far away from that finish now. Good 15-minute sprint to the finish. We went about 10 minutes green flag on that previous run, so I think if we get that far again before we
so we'll
need a
go
safety car. I
green this
think
lap,
they'll probably
guys.
let it run. Once we're down
Safety
to
car
that
will be
last 5
pulling away
minutes, they'll
from the
probably just let
field.
it run.
51, you have control.
Yes, the
Please
safety
maintain
car's
80
ninth
to
lap
90
that
k's
he's
an
on at the
hour.
moment, so that's a few
Remember, you
laps.
can go from the last corner and the control line.
Yeah, that safety car peels away now, and Stephen McCartan has control, has to maintain 80 to 90 kilometres per hour till he gets down to the final corner, and then he can accelerate anywhere from there to the start finish line. We saw him leave it as late as possible on the previous occasion, and saw some of the guys in behind jostling for position a little bit.
Bit of muscling for rank. Well, let's let it rip. 14 minutes to go.
Stefan bringing it down into the final corner now. And this time he goes early, accelerates out of the final corner. Greta Cooper behind has Matt Gerard under his rear wing. They'll tuck in the draft up Mountain Straight, see if they can gain any advantage. Matt Gerard closing in. Does he think about the move into Griffith's Bend? Stephen McCartan's going to defend into Griffith's Bend.
Defend Griffin's Bend. Everybody want to be just keeping it nice and tidy. Stephen McCartan up 24 spots into P1. Shane McLeod up 11 spots into P13. Blake Greenhall up 9 spots into P9. Wayne Hartnell up 8 spots into P5. Alan Scott, he's up 8 spots into P21. They're the biggest movers out there tonight.
Just realised I've had the manufacturer logos up on the timing tower for quite a while there, so let's get some gaps back up. Anybody at home that hasn't quite worked it out, if you're seeing yellow on those gaps there, that means it's under a second. If you're seeing orange, that means it's under half a second. And I think when it gets really tight, it might go to red. Actually, I don't think it does on that one. It does on our timing screen, but by the looks of it, just stays orange even when it's under a tenth of a second on the timing tower. Heath Mann going side by side with Steve Dowring into the chase. Steve able to get across in front there.
Yeah, speaking of Steve Darren, it's this week's weekly sponsors, Jigsaw Projects, and they do mostly commercial interior fit outs around the Auckland area. So get in touch with Steve Darren, Jigsaw Projects, and a big supporter of Supercars NZ, Steve, and a big supporter of me as well. So I really appreciate that. Give me a lot of help over the last few years. Yeah, there's a flash for a bit of love from Steve.
Yeah, and we certainly appreciate all the help that Steve gives to Supercars NZ as well, part of the admin team, and works behind the scenes on maintaining our sponsor relationships and organising all the weekly sponsors as well. And he's quite often puts a bit of cash in from his own company towards those weekly sponsorships as well. So very much appreciate all the support from Steve on all the work that he does behind the scenes, and being a long time sponsor of Supercars NZ as well.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the OGs, we can call them.
Absolutely.
Just a few seconds away from 10 minutes to go. It's probably 3 or 4 laps.
Scott McKenzie drafting past Dylan Radford, but Dylan trying to get a bit of side draft to stay there. They're going to go 3 wide. Dylan backed out of that one, I think. Aaron Goodrick taking advantage and moving up into P10.
Yeah, looking to make up some lost ground. And I've seen somebody's wing fly off there.
Oh!
Let's get it! Oh! Kristen Jenkins
Race control,
supplying
can we
the
have a look at that
goods.
re-entry car 100, end of the chase, please.
And Christian ends up
Copy, we'll have a
back
look.
on his wheels as well and able to limp it back to pit lane.
What
That
lap
being
was that
so
on?
close to pit lane, looks like everybody is going to
Current
be able
lap.
to get back. That was
Kristen
massive.
Jenkins supplying the goods.
32.
Unlucky. That last time by Stefan McCartan breaks the 2-minute barrier, 1:59.763. So he is flying out there.
Sorry, Colin.
Someone in the wall there,
Copy,
turn
just
2
hold.
as well.
I didn't see that because I was looking for data on that big lid skid.
Also, race control, can you check the incident, please? Just for Murray's.
That'll be it. That is Steve Darren as the incident
car,
there. He
safety
was
car,
at
safety
Murray's, and safety car is back out on track. 8 minutes to go. That's going to leave us with probably a lap sprint.
Yeah, surprised to see the safety car being called this late in the race, but Dion is out on
You can
track.
go now, Sean.
So I think Steve Darren may have requested a tow.
I thought I heard Sean being
How
given
about
clearance
me?
to tow.
Peter?
Yeah, you can tow.
Steve's certainly given clearance to tow. I have got data on Sean. Oh! 3
Is that
jigsaw
three
cars
jigsaw?
involved in that.
Race control, can you have a look at car 33 on this lap as well, please?
Safety car on the straight and has picked up the leader.
So this was
Copy,
Steve
33.
out of the chase. Oh, so he was the car that sent Christian onto his lid.
Oh, I'd have to see an onboard of Christian. Oh gosh. This one will be talked about for a while, I feel.
I'm sure it will. So,
Attention all teams, all those
this should
incidents
tell us what happened to
down
Christian.
in the last lap will be
That's
dealt
it.
with post-race. Thank you.
Right, let's try that one again. So, side by side with Noah Kitcher, he spins into the ball there, and then Steve just arrives on the scene.
Yeah, let's get supplying the goods, and we're going to see Sean McNamara get a tank slapper going on.
So I think that was Steve just rolling back as well there. So, wow. 3
See the
jigsaw cars.
Bumper just magically reappear on Bill's car as he drives on into the sunset, while 2 of his mates stranded near the end of the
Attention all
track.
teams will be going green this lap. Car 51 will have control of the field once the safety car pulls away.
5 minutes and 40 seconds to go, so we will maybe get 2 laps out of it.
This was on board with Steve as Christian loses it there, and yeah, that'll happen very quickly. Not a lot he could have done about that, and then
Safety car pulling away now. 51 has got control of the field. Please maintain 80 to 90 k's an hour.
I think
You
Steve
can
just
go
thought he was a lot
anywhere
further
on
off
the
track
last
there
corner
than he
and the
was,
control
and
line under the bridge.
backed up to try and get it turned around, and didn't realise he was backing up onto the track there, so just a little bit unfortunate there. So we're getting ready to go. We are under 5 minutes remaining. I think we should get 2 laps in here. Stephen McCartan will have control of the restart once they get down to the final corner. Where does he choose to go this time? Holding it again and accelerates just before the start finish line.
Yeah, I think he's keeping an eye on Matt Gerard. He's had some pretty fast restarts tonight. Put a car around our corner.
Oh, we've got big chaos in the background. Oh, heavy damage for Kristen Jenkins again. Crystal Lewis gets requested a tow. They're going to let those tows go ahead without the safety car, because at this point, if we had a safety car, it would finish under safety car, so they're going to let it all play out. Brett O'Keefe currently holding on to P2 from Matt Gerard. Seth McCartan has opened up a half a second gap out front. Looks like at the moment the battle for P2 is where it's out of the Dan Turner. Oh! Hamish Barnhill just running it through the runoff at Skyline there, and he's going to have to clear a slowdown as well for that.
There's certainly a lot going on.
There is a
2 minutes to
lot
go.
going on. So BJ just been able to stretch out half a second over Matt Gerard. Rob Carwood getting around Hamish Barnhill there. Hamish slotting in between Rob and Aaron. It's a good recovery from Rob as well, because we saw him drop well down the order early on, but he's back up into P5 now, just one spot behind where he started. So as I take the white flag, Rob stayed out under one of the early safety cars there and had to come in later and dropped a lot of track position as a result, but he's done well to almost get back to where he started, up into P5 at the moment, just one spot down on his starting position, which is P4, and if we can get around Dan Turner, he'll be back to where he started. Aaron Goodrick doing better with Hamish Barnhill. Aaron also on the recovery after being involved in a number of crashes, and not too long ago that we saw him involved in the incident that brought out the safety car as well, and doing a good job to get back to where he is now.
Yeah, quite a few cars not going to finish this one. All in pit lane is at least nine cars. Well, actually 8, we'll call it. Giving up. 10.
Oh, look how much Aaron closes into Skyline, and he just had to bail out of that one or he was going to make contact. So unfortunately that's going to cost him a slowdown there. Stephen McCartan though, what a drive. Started from the back, worked his way all the way through. He's led since just before the final pit stops, which came under yellow, and he's just stayed calm under every restart that he's had to deal with since then, and maintained that lead. He's pulled out just over 2 seconds since the last restart a couple of laps ago, and he is going to bring it down to the final corner. He brings it through Murray's and takes the win in the finale, takes the win in the championship. Stephen McCartan, absolutely dominant drive out there and does a good job. He is our GTE endurance champion for winter. Brett O'Keefe finishing P2 there, having a good season as well. Matt Gerard coming home on the podium tonight in third. Dan Turner P4. Rob Carwood coming home in fifth. Aaron Goodrick sixth. Hamish Barnhill seventh. Blake Greenhill 8th, Lee Swinney 9th, Michael Ward rounds out the top 10, Heath Mahone, Heath Martin 11th, Tom McCall 12th, Wayne Hartnell 13th, Scott McKenzie 14th, Anthony Green 15th, Alan Scott 16th, Pete Roberts 17th, Bill Kilgour 18th, Noah
Sorry
Kitchen
about the problems
19th.
issue at the start, and if we had any through the race, we are working on that, trying to fix that now.
And then looks like Dylan Radford, James McKenzie, Shane McLeod, Chris Zalewski, Kristen Jenkins, Steve Dower and Sean McNamara all off the lead lap, and then Jordan Parlato potentially not making it to the finish. Actually, I think possibly from Bill Kilgour down, all not finishing that one, all in the pits at the end of the race. Actually, sorry, I think Bill, we did pick up Bill on track at the end there. I think Noah was as well. It might be from Dylan and P20 down. We're all in the pits at the finish there.
Action aplenty, Shane.
Certainly was. Plenty of safety cars.
They're not always like that.
We were expecting a little bit of chaos here tonight. A long race to try and keep it off the walls at a place like this, and we saw plenty of people not able to keep it off the walls and plenty of action going on. What we do need to do for one final time this season is celebrating 1,000 races loaded for Sean McNamara that came up this season. We need to give away a car or a track to somebody.
Oh, how are we going to do that?
Well, it's an oldie but a goodie, but I'm pretty sure we had 19 finishes in the end. So I'm going to put 1 to 19 on a wheel and we'll run with that.
Well, another shout out to weekly sponsor Jigsaw Projects, Steve and the team. I think Steve might be retired now. Somebody else doing all the hard work maybe. Hopefully he's got his feet up.
Alright, here we go. So we've got 1 to 19 on the wheel. So thanks to Trak Racer, we're giving away a car or a track to somebody. And who is it going to be? Looks like P15, so that's going to be Anthony Green.
No, we can't give it to Anthony. He hasn't paid.
Okay, that's right. We did come up with that problem. So what we'll do, we'll remove him and we'll go again. So that's going to come around to P17, and that's going to be Pete Roberts.
There we go. I think he has.
So well done, Pete. Getting yourself a car or a track. So, well, new season build out, you could potentially buy the Aston GT3, or you could buy yourself the Mexico City Grand Prix circuit. Or any other car or track that you feel like. So big thanks as usual to Trak Racer for sponsoring this Trak Racer GTE Endurance Series, and you can head to mrp.co.nz to find the full Trak Racer range. MRP are the New Zealand stockists of Trak Racer products. Big thanks to Jigsaw Projects, Steve Darren, Raceweek sponsor this week. And big thanks of course to you, Corey, for joining me in the lounge as usual.
Yeah, always a pleasure, my friend. Always a pleasure. Look forward to the GT3s being back in a couple of weeks' time on Thursday. V8s will be back in a couple of weeks on the Tuesday, and that'll be Phillip Island first round for the V8s.
You're very much looking forward to getting another season underway. And big thanks to all our drivers who have come out to race, not just tonight, but all our drivers who have come out to race throughout the course of this season. We couldn't put on a show for everybody at home without the drivers coming out and racing on track. It'd be a little bit boring if it was just me and Corey talking about nothing for 90 minutes, although sometimes that's what it seems like anyway.
Yeah, it's not always as much action as tonight, that's for sure.
And of course, big thanks to everybody at home for tuning in, and I almost forgot thanks to iRacing for giving us the platform to do it all on. But we will see you all next time.
Ever since I was a kid, I've been a G. If I was you, I would cut up my wrist. I'm so tired over her body. Oh, she just swallowed and I don't mind it. Ever since I was a G.